So I'm going to read this question first. There are 7/16 of a class of boys and there are 18 girls in the class. How many children are in the class? It's not actually telling us that much information in this question, but what they are telling us we really need to use. So if I look first of all at the fraction, so there are 7/16 of a class. Well, I know then that if I had 16/16, this would represent my whole, and in this case the whole of the class. So I'm just going to write whole of class just to remind me. So with that in mind, I need to take my 7/16 and I'm going to actually have 16 and take away 7, because I know that 18 girls are in the class. So when I'm thinking about it, I need to think, well, I know that 7/16 of the class are boys, so the rest of the fraction must be the girls. So if I have 16 and I take away 7, that leaves me with 9. If I were to write it as a fraction, it would be 18 girls, because I already knew that, as a fraction is equal to 9/16. And for a minute, I just want you to have a think. Do you notice anything? Is there a pattern? Is there anything that you're noticing? I'm just going to give you 10 seconds to have a think. What do you notice? If you're still not sure, is there anything in particular that you notice about the 18 and the 9? I'm hoping that you've noticed something. If you haven't, then carry on listening as well, and hopefully you'll notice as you go along. So what you should have noticed is actually when you go from 18 to 9, you actually multiply by 2. So then, having said this, I'm going to apply the exact same to find out what my 7/16 are. I want to know how many boys there are. So I am going to times my 7 by 2. Just give you a moment to figure out 7 times by 2. And you should have realised that that is 14. So essentially that's my working out. So I'm thinking that I know for actually that there are 18 girls in the class, and now I'm thinking that's 14 boys because I followed the same pattern that I figured out for the girls. So if I did 18 and I added 14, give you a quick moment to think about what the answer is. My answer would be 32. I'm going to write 32 children, so I remember my unit. Otherwise, anyone could be thinking it could be 32 biscuits. So I've got 32 children. I then just want you to have a think. Do you notice any other patterns? We multiplied by 2 over here, but then we're actually going to link that to what we know about fractions. Whatever we do to our numerator, we normally do to our denominator. So if you actually look at 16 times by 2 is equal to 32.